becomes pretty awkward. It's like, okay, what do I do with my hands? Where do I look? Do I clap myself? Do I just sit here and watch everyone else clap me? Do I tell them to stop?
Brilliant. Chris, this is probably the second Irish man you've spoken to this week after Dara O'Brien. How are you?
Very well, thanks. How you doing?
Great. It was such a wholesome photograph that he posted up with the both of you. Did you get to have a chat afterwards and bond a bit?
We didn't. It was a pretty brief meeting on the couch on live television. So, it's always an odd way to meet someone. But what a lovely man. What a lovely man. What a knowledgeable man. The sort of, discussion of the pyramids and so on and how they were built. I'm sure you saw it, but we're all quizzing him on did aliens actually build them or not, and I think he's pretty tired of that question.
I hope he probably told you he used to probably introduce Home and Away in RTE in Ireland back in the day when you were on it, so that was his job.
He did not tell me that. I'm disappointed.
Oh man, I watched this movie and hearing the speakers rattle in the cinema to me made me feel good. Yeah. Was it as loud on set? Like amazing.
Louder at times, I mean, the beginning of every take would start with the first, the AD saying, start your engines, and motorbikes, cars, trucks, woo, and the whole place just erupts. And the sort of, the ripple effect, through to your core, and everybody on set is profoundly effective for the state of the headspace the characters need to get into. And you there's not much acting required at that point, you're responding to the environment. Indeed, it's pretty awesome.
For a little fella like you growing up and seeing, those past movies and all that, and then seeing the actual trucks and, as you said, the motorbikes, was that beautiful to see?
It was so cool, mate. I mean, when I was sort of driving the big monster truck around, it felt like me in the backyard as a kid smashing cars together and throwing tantrums and so on. And there was a sort of arrested development to this character. There was a sort of a stunted maturity and growth. And so he was kind of a big angry kid at times. It took me back.
In Ireland, we can never accept compliments. We're like, go away out of that. Oh, no, you're fine. What are you like when you're in Cannes and you get that 7 minutes of a stand ovation? Are you kind of going, sit down, relax?
So, you're sitting there, and I've heard that, people get booed out of the cinema. It's a very honest audience. And so the initial reaction was, thank God it's one of appreciation and we're getting the claps, and a big, oh, shucks moment. But then to continue that on for 7 minutes or whatever it was is like, becomes pretty awkward. It's like, okay, what do I do with my hands? Where do I look? Do I clap myself? Do I just sit here and watch everyone else clap me? Do I tell them to stop? Do I say thank you? So it was greatly appreciative, hugely thankful for it, but a little uncomfortable indeed.
When I heard that, I was like, I wonder what I do. Would I actually just start clapping myself?
And then you're sort of you're kind of doing it. You're like, oh, thank you, and you're clapping, and you're like, which we also was like, am I supposed to clap? No, I'm not clapping me. I'm clapping George. But does it look like I'm clapping myself? So I don't.
Chris, thanks so much for your time today. Our time is up, and best of luck with the movie. It's fantastic. It really is.
I appreciate you. Thanks, mate.